Welcome back to the channel, investors. Today we're going to be going over Hyliion. I really like this company, and it's a stock that I've been invested in for over a year now, and I've been adding on the dips, okay? And recently we've had some positive news with Hyliion, and that has translated into the stock price increasing a little bit. So at its bottom, it was around $7.90, and it's up by 31% since May 13th. However, on my position, I'm still down heavily, and just for full transparency, these are my two positions. One is through my Wealthsimple account, so I have 29 shares there in my TFSA. And I'm up by, as we can see here, 3.59%, which is just $10. The main position, though, however, is being held in my TD TFSA, and here you can see this is actually my worst position ever at close to negative 1,000 US dollars. And if I move this over a little bit, you can see I'm still up overall in my portfolio, at least on the US side, by $229, and I've sold some stock as well. And I have 60 shares. My average cost was $27.52, but I'm a long-term holder of Hyliion, okay? And my best performing position is Facebook. As we can see here, I have only 7 shares. But we're up by over $1,000, okay? So thankfully we have some winners as well, but I'm holding this for the long term, okay? So NAT, usually my worst position is not my worst position anymore, but we're still sitting at a pretty decent negative 37% there. So yeah, those are the positions that I hold. Just want to be honest with you guys. And we're going to talk about, again, why the stock has been pushing up recently, some updates on Hyliion, and we're going to look at some technicals to see whether or not this stock, again, is a buy. And I think for long term, this stock is a no-brainer. And again, I'm going to share my thoughts. So first of all, what is Hyliion? It's in the EV space. So this is partly the reason why this stock has taken a hit, is just major growth stocks. Even like Tesla, for example, it used to be $900. Now it's just 600 low. Right, so even the smaller growth stocks, you can see Hyliion is a company that's worth 1.8 billion right now. That has been hit even harder over the past 6 months. It's down by 45%. Of course, over the year, it's slightly higher because it's SPAC'd at $10 a share, and so it's about 8% higher from its pre-SPAC price, basically, or pre-merger price. And we can see it has been quite a volatile ride, rising all the way to $55 before, of course, plummeting down by 80% and now sitting at, of course, close to 11 US dollars. Okay, so it produces electrified powertrain systems that can augment or fully replace traditional diesel or natural gas fueled powertrains. Its systems are designed to improve performance and lower total cost of ownership while leveraging the existing alternative fuel infrastructure. And to me, this is what I really like about the key business model of Hyliion. As we can see, it's not fully going into a fully electric mode just yet. It's sort of helping companies transition along the way to a more environmentally friendly solution for long-haul trucks, okay? And a lot of companies can't necessarily afford the amount of money that it would cost to replace all their trucks with Tesla semis, for example, okay? So what they're doing is kind of doing this in-between step, and I think this is where the market is really missing the point on Hyliion, okay? Because I think that there's going to be huge demand for their products, especially since they're more cost efficient and allow for a longer range and a faster charging time than a traditional fully electric truck, okay? So that's basically the key business model of Hyliion. And I think part of the reason why is for the stocks to come up by 30% over the past couple of weeks is, one, of course, positive news, and this is just one article, but two, just because growth stocks have been recovering quite nicely as fears of inflation are sort of subsiding, okay? So this one, the first one here, is Hyliion's hybrid compressed natural gas solution receives positive feedback through this company's natural truck loan program. So this is really, really important. The first sort of pilot testing for their trucks have been successful. So 3 Oregon companies saw positive results when testing Hyliion's natural gas powered hybrid solution under challenging conditions. Hybrid equipped truck powerfully and effectively carried heavy payloads with ample performance and power. Loan program successfully showed potential for a significant reduction in carbon emissions when using a Hyliion hybrid solution. So this is huge news, okay? And this is very exciting, and this is why I'm holding this stock and have not sold despite being down, 60% in my TFSA account, or sorry, I think it's like 40%. And again, this is very exciting because this means that as more positive press goes on to Hyliion, which is again this early adopter, this means that there's going to be more demand for their products. Okay, so I really like where this is going. Okay. Again, Hyliion is also going to participate in upcoming institutional investor conferences, hopefully to attract more Wall Street type investors. And there's two conferences right here. So Wolf Research Global Transportation and Industrial Conference on Thursday the 27th, so today, and Tudor Pickering Holt & Co. Hotter and Hell Conference on June 10th. Okay, so it's good that they're participating in these conferences to attract more potential investors to their product. And Hyliion is also partnering with a Texas-based oil and gas industry leader for fleet electrification. Okay, so these good news seem to be coming more and more frequently, and this was posted on May 20th, 2021. So, and this company is called Detmar Logistics, and it selected Hyliion to help forge the path as early alternative fuel adopter. And Hyliion supporting Detmar's vision to fully electrify its fleet of over 100 trucks in the next 5 years. Again, so news like this is very positive. And again, this is why I think when you stick with a stock in the long term, and if you try to pick winners and you do your due diligence, you will win out, okay? Even though it is relatively risky, especially with coming off of such volatile stocks that are basically in the pre-revenue stage, okay? And they also reported their first quarter 2021 business updates, which were in line with their expectations. So they announced the formation of the Hypertruck Innovation Council. So this is sort of old news, a select group of fleet, logistics, and transportation industry leaders that will actively support and advance the development of Hyliion's Hypertruck powertrain solution. So they took delivery of Peterbilt chassis, which will be used for initial Hypertruck ERX demonstration units. They continued the multi-phase product development program used to reach commercialization of the Hypertruck ERX electric powertrain solution. So they have the electric powertrain solution, and then they have the Hypertruck ERX sort of fully electric model. And they also installed 10 hybrid electric powertrains during the first quarter, continuing deployment of tech to prepare for volume growth. And they expect to recognize revenue on improved hybrid products delivered in the second half of the year. So again, that's very exciting. Of course, this company still right now is at the pre-revenue stage, but they're expecting to recognize this revenue in the second half of the year. So that's incredible to me. Okay, and I think that more positive press and more positive news like this will push the stock price even higher. So Thomas Healy, Hyliion CEO, by the way, I really like the management, especially the CEO, Thomas Healy. He himself is an engineer and just a really cool person. So he's saying Hyliion 2021 is off to a great start as we continue to advance our commercialization process for both our hybrid and Hypertruck ERX powertrains. So these are their two solutions right here, hybrid and Hypertruck ERX. I am especially pleased with the talented team we have been assembling to execute on Hyliion's growth plans. And they go blah, blah, they go on. And so this quote is also pretty cool. Last year was a notable year for renewable natural gas, as it for the first time supplied the majority of on-road natural gas vehicle fuel. Captured above ground from organic material in agriculture, blah, 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 RNG can produce carbon negative results when fueling on-road vehicles. And a lot of companies, again, like I said, don't have the financial capacity to take fully electric trucks. So right now they're going with renewable and compressed natural gas for existing solutions, okay? And that's really cool. So with the RNG solutions for heavy duty long haul trucking, Hyliion is uniquely positioned to benefit from this large and growing megatrend. Again, so I think this is, a business that is just waiting to explode. And once Wall Street catches on, I think it'll profit quite nicely. So this was their presentation, and again, basically says the same thing. So they continue to grow, adding 43 teammates in the first quarter. I believe these are employees, maybe. Facility. They also have an Austin headquarter expansion underway, designed to accommodate for future growth. And through their SPAC deal, they also have, I believe, zero long-term debt at all, or zero debt in general, which is really exciting. So they also have over 1 gigabyte of data generated from each truck through the miles logged. and these are just some pathways recently that they've been having, and they talk about their growth here, exactly in line with basically their expectations, and yeah, et cetera. Some of this stuff I still I'm having trouble to understand, but yeah, it's really cool. So let's just take a look at the charts quickly and see whether or not this is a short or long-term buy. I mean, of course, I believe this is a long-term buy just because of the capability of Hyliion, and we can see that this stock, if you were just looking, let's say, at the 1 year chart, this stock bottomed out at about $7.90. And that seems to be the bottom, and it also kind of reached that $8 level, bounced off it back to $10, and now it's back down, went back down to $7.90, and then bounced off that level. So let's just look at the 3-month chart, a little bit easier to understand. What you're seeing here is the Bollinger Bands, 2 standard deviations above and below the 20-day moving average, and generally, to find out whether or not this is a good swing play, I like to buy when the candles are either underneath or hitting the lower Bollinger Band, because generally the stock tends to rise, as is what happened right here. I mean, the whisker or the box here did not fall below the lower Bollinger Band, but still it was near the lower Bollinger Band, and it basically hit off that and went up here. And this tends to signal bearish territories on the way. So of course we can see that this bar right here, or this whisker, surpassing the upper Bollinger Band, which means that the stock might fall in the short-term future. So if you're looking at an entry point, I would probably wait until the stock is not at $10.90, but potentially closer to, the $9 or the $8 level, if you're looking for a really good entry point. I mean, it may not go there, but again, if it were me, being from a more cautious standpoint, I've been burned way too many times, and I would definitely wait to get Hyliion at a more attractive price. Okay, because I mean, last time it went to like the $10.85 level, close to $11. It didn't even hit the upper Bollinger Band, and then it fell back down. So again, I would wait before investing in Hyliion to get a more attractive price. But if you're looking at long term, I think this stock is a buy no matter what, even up until probably like $40 or $50 for the long term. And what I'm talking about is maybe 2 to 5 years out. So yeah, those are just my thoughts on Hyliion. Let me know what you think. I'd love a subscription from you guys if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. We talk about finances, crypto, everything that related in the market, as well as my stocks. So over the past year, I've generated over a 60% return on my investments, and you can also check out the free Discord down below in the link, and feel free to join the channel. Right now we have 2 members to help support me with some orange juice, so whenever I get hungry I can eat. But yeah, cheers. I love you all. Be sure to smash the thumbs up button as well, and let me know what you think of Hyliion. Take care. Cheers. Peace.